Ready. Fight.
The penultimate round of the Formula One calendar takes us to Qatar, also known as former Formula One track Qatar, with any luck joining Paul Ricard. Entering the week, Lando only has to finish third in every race session to take the cup. Oscar has a welcome return to form, claiming top spot in FP1, following up with the sprint pole and winning the sprint by 5 seconds, claiming 2 precious points over Lando, who finished third as required. Piastri strikes again, claiming the GP pole over half 4 by a 10th with Max in third. The race gets underway and Max instantly takes second from Lando, with Oscar Piastri showing his weekend-long pace streaking away at the front. With 2 mandated stops with a max of 25 laps per set, the strategy options were minimal. The only consensus? A lap 7 safety car would be the worst possible scenario. Pierre Gasly says, "Hold my beer." Lap 7 and Pierre got so caught up in the top 10 he forgot he was driving a boat and understeers into Hulk, causing a safety car on lap 7. This is where McLaren blatantly choose Lando for all the world to see, letting our OP slam dunk slip by not pitting either McLaren, benefiting only Lando and Max.
So Verstappen, having to roll the dice, trying to stay in contention for the World Championship, comes in. He does the opposite of both McLarens who remain on the racetrack.
Every other team makes the obvious decision to pit, even double stacking. That's how clear the decision was to pit. After the greens drop, the McLarens lead the field a whole pit stop behind.
McLaren have got to build an enormous gap to undo the damage here.
OP and car 4 streak away, but does little to minimise the damage. After the stops, it's clear Lando lacks overall pace, while Oscar continues to dominate the circuit with pace. McLaren cite their decision on not wanting to be locked in on one strategy, so they chose the alternate, losing. Lando's lack of performance left him stuck in 5th, unable to pass Kimi. Lucky Lando strikes again as Kimi makes a rare mistake and gives car 4 free passage to 4th, enabling Lando to finish 3rd in Abu Dhabi in the event of a likely Max victory.
To 4th position, and the lead will be 12 points in the World Championship.
The race ends with Max taking the win, only 8 seconds in front of Oscar, even with the 26-second advantage over the course of the race. Oscar takes a sour second, and Carlos Sainz Jr. takes his 2nd podium of the year. Lando loses 10 points this weekend to lead by 14 points over Max and 16 over Oscar. Speechless. I have no words.
That is some tasty lube. Timmy,
What's going on?
here we are, the penultimate round of the year.
Can you spell that for me?
No, I said it for you.
Yeah.
Saying it was hard enough.
Penultimate.
Don't
Can you?
Why
what's the-
are you going to call me out so early? We just started the episode
What's
and you're already
the definition of penultimate?
second last. Or
Yeah.
the round before the final round.
Yeah. The last but one in a series of events.
Yeah. Round 23 of 24.
Yeah.
And see, now you've
In
now
this
I've lost my...
No, you're right. Yeah, round 23. Yeah, you're on track.
Okay.
You're
all
on track.
All right.
Sorry.
I was right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Qatar
Yeah.
was...
What an uninspiring track.
Is that where you want to start? Because there are so many
Yeah.
points we can
The overarch.
we can get into this round if that's where you want to
Yeah.
go. Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's do it. Let's talk
Yeah.
about the track.
The overarching feeling all weekend for me, and again, being a sprint weekend, you watch like every session.
Mm-hmm.
What a boring track with no character. Like you don't know. My biggest thing is you don't know where you are on the track. I feel like, for me personally,
Yeah,
any other track, there's character. There's stuff.
that is a very good point.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know where they are. All of a sudden, they're on the main show. You're like, okay, cool, I guess.
Yeah.
But then they go again, and I don't know where they are. And it's the 3rd or 4th year of this track. Yeah, it reminds me a little bit, like my thought, it was like the Las Vegas car park track from the 80s.
Yeah,
where
that's
it's
true.
like, where are they on track exactly? Very flat, lacks character, and I was not excited.
It's like they're space limited, so they just fill in all the inside of the track with corners. Yeah.
It's very...
It's funny that you say that because I did have the passing thought of like all the drivers were gushing over this track, all of them, like even Oscar, they were all just saying, "Oh, I love this track.
Yeah.
It's so flowy, it's so fast. You know, it's
very
80% throttles, some bullshit."
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, that's good for them. I'm glad they're having fun because I'm not fucking having fun watching this.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, wasn't it the first year when they were all like struggling? Was that this track when they all got out and they're all like sick, like badly sweating?
well, I don't remember. I mean,
feel
that
like it was this track,
that sounds like
or it might have
Singapore, Bahrain.
been. It might have actually been the other Bahrain track. Oh, I don't know.
The other Bahrain track.
No, yeah. the other layout of Bahrain. I remember
Right.
them going. I remember one of these tracks where they run at night time and they were like sick. Like
Oh
bad.
yeah, I do vaguely remember that.
But that was my biggest thing all weekend. I'm like, man, this track is just dog shit. I do not like it.
Yeah, well,
And for it to be the penultimate track, like the
Yeah.
hot end of the season.
well, I don't want to spoil anything that's coming up, but the no scope achievement, we had about 2 to 3 passes to choose from, I think,
Yeah,
for the entire
yeah.
Grand Prix. So there very much is a lack of racing. How do you find the mandatory 2 pit stop? I don't know. Did it achieve
Well said.
anything? Did it
Did
make
I
it
would
more
have
interesting?
enjoyed it. I would have enjoyed seeing how it played out without the lap 7 safety car.
Yeah.
Like, of course, it was lap 7.
Yeah, I know. It almost is like it is scripted out.
Yeah, it's almost like the Monaco thing. So, well, I guess of last year when they had, I know there was only one stop, but then the red flag, that's it. Your strategy's gone straight away because the red flag comes out, you change tyres, and then the way Monaco is, you could do the whole thing, which is why they brought the 2 stops in for this year. That's what it reminded me of, where you've just locked every smart team onto one strategy. Because that was the obvious decision to pit, which is why George Russell got double stacked for 10 seconds, because it's still better than what McLaren did.
Yeah.
But that is the net result, is safety car on lap 7. That's it. Every single car. I mean, it
it's
was a bit
literally
weird.
worst case scenario, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like if the safety car happened before, you couldn't pit because then you'd miss your pit
couldn't-
windows
you
for
would
the
have had to
other
pit again,
tires.
yeah.
Yeah. And if it went after, at least it was like, okay.
Yeah, you had some range. I mean, it
Yeah.
was weird seeing every car pit on the same lap the second time, even cars, teammates, close together. Like, that was an odd thing to see. But I just, like, fancy Formula One going, here's this track we're going to race at. By the way, we do not have tyres that can support this event.
Which
Like,
I don't even know if I believe that entirely. Like the
Yeah.
hards looked good
They looked
for the
fine.
25, and they didn't look like they were
there was
graining. terribly.
two tyres that went down over the race, so I guess that's what they're afraid of. But, I mean,
But
what
how
a
much
joke.
of that was gravel trap?
Yeah,
or...
who knows? But, like, what a joke. What a joke that they here's a track that we can't race on with what we already have. And Pirelli, I guess, don't want to develop a harder tyre for this one track. The whole thing's just a joke, honestly. Like, and it just being the penultimate round. Why not put this track round 8 with no consequences? If people don't tune in, who cares?
Look, I know money rules the sport, but it is sad to see that, we're going to lose some iconic tracks that actually provide us with good racing.
Yeah.
And yet tracks like this are going to remain on the calendar for the foreseeable future.
And then, like, you can't pass there. I mean,
Your comparison to Paul Ricard is perfect.
exactly.
It is literally I saw someone call it the Middle East Monaco, but I actually think you're more spot on.
Yeah.
I think it is the Middle East Paul Ricard.
Yeah, I mean, Paul Ricard's actually better. It's got a few more opportunities to overtake, seeing as it was a bit faster. And
If anyone doesn't know what Paul Ricard, by the way, is, it was
look it up.
it was the French GP,
French Grand
and it
Prix,
was
it was
just doo doo.
5-acre concrete slab
Yeah.
they drew some lines on.
Yeah. So you said the word strategy, so I'll take that as the opportunity to pivot into
I love a segue.
McLaren's strategy or lack thereof. So obviously you had your speed run, and you already kind of gave your 2 cents on your thoughts and feelings on it all.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'll touch on it a bit more.
Yeah.
What I think
I'm
of it.
happy to dive into this. Yep.
There's 2 ways you can look at it as far as I'm concerned. The first way is you missed the window. You didn't react in time. You didn't pull the cars in time, and you just missed the window. And then you're just hoping that maybe not everyone was going to pit, and maybe you could
The rest
come
of the field's
around
smarter.
that next lap, and
Never
they
gonna
got
happen.
they got caught by the safety
which
car.
is going to
or whatever.
happen every time. That's how the safety car works.
So that would be a genuine mistake. That was we ballsed up.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That didn't happen though. And McLaren's words were, it was a decision not to pit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why in the world, when everybody, even the newest of Formula One fans, know that you pit under a safety car?
If you
it wasn't
pit
even a
windows
virtual
open-
safety car. How rare has safety cars been this year?
Yeah.
McLaren is not a team that's new on the grid. They have been in the sport for a long, long time. There is no reason why you don't pit under the safety car then and there, other than one reason. You want to know what that reason is? I think you already know what that reason is.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to double stack Lando Norris and bury him in the field.
Mm-hmm. If Norris was first,
If Norris
They
is first, 100% they pit. The moment I saw Piastri go past the pit lane, immediately my life flashed before my eyes.
I was expecting
thought,
Norris to dip in.
here he goes. He's going to peel in. He's going to get a win from nowhere.
Yeah.
And then they didn't do that to him either. So then I was more perplexed.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the way that they're playing it, we know McLaren play mind games. They think we're all stupid. And like so many people out there are foolish enough to fall for this stuff. I know you're getting off on this because we have to deal with it all the time. But yeah, it's unbelievable that they would sacrifice Oscar's dead set 100% in the bag win to not bury Lando in the pack because it gives him a better shot next week at wrapping up the championship.
Yeah, exactly.
Did I miss anything?
What's happened here? They have chosen Max over Oscar. That's what they've done.
100%.
They've gone, here's what would happen. I honestly think they probably didn't expect Lando, like he should have come 5th. I reckon they thought he'd come 3rd still. So what they've done is they've gone, all right, if we pit now, Oscar's going to win. Lando is going to be affected by traffic. 100% he would have, and he would have dropped to 5th, 6th, 7th. So they've gone, let's not pit either. 100% we know we're giving up the win, but we're giving up the win from Oscar's point of view. But what really irks me is they even say this is all about fairness.
No, that's just the cover.
Yeah,
that's just the facade.
But they think that's okay, even though Oscar didn't deserve that because he got the pole position. He did everything right to this point. Like, we know pit priority is based off your position on track.
Yeah.
The car ahead, in a fair world where you still want to fucking win races, the car in front gets pit priority. You earn that through qualifying. Not only did Oscar get the pole position, he then started the race properly and didn't lose a spot off the opening corner. Hello, Lando. He did everything right to earn pit priority. You fuck your fairness at that point in time. You've earned the right to get pit priority to win the race. They've literally gone, oh, it's unfair that he can benefit from this, even though he deserves to. Yes, it's a benefit, 100% it is, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. You've done the job to be in the lead car of your team to get pit priority. It's just that simple. Sorry, Lando.
Well, yes, it is that simple. But I'll take it a step further. The man himself, Zach Brown, said, people keep assuming all these things about papaya rules. He said, there are no papaya rules. All papaya rules are you're free to race hard, race clean. There is no other equal race strategies, this, that bullshit. So,
well, then what's happening here?
Exactly. So my biggest question right now is you got 2 drivers who have 2 different engineers who made the same call. What's the point of even having different engineers if there's another guy behind them who's calling all the shots and they're just doing what they're told as well?
Yeah.
So they're not even, there is no half, the garage is split. They both obviously were on the same page.
Yeah. And again, it's a case of we don't want Oscar winning. I've got it here. If Kimi didn't fucking do what he did, we'll get to it. But if he didn't do what he did, and if the race played out naturally, Oscar would be 7 points behind. Meaning he could win Abu Dhabi, Lando could come second, and Oscar would win the championship.
But they know that. So
exactly, that's what I'm saying. He was a shoo-in to win that race.
Yeah.
Lando double stacking, plus them being the last car in the pit lane, he would have been buried.
Yeah.
6th,
That's why they couldn't risk it.
But fuck it, this is racing. Yeah. Oscar deserved the pit priority. They've literally gone, we are going to give Max this position. They probably expected Lando to still finish 3rd, honestly. I reckon they probably still thought he'd have the pace like Oscar did. And they were probably like, all right, well, this is still better because Max is still further from Lando than Oscar. They have literally just backed Max over Oscar to benefit Lando. They picked another team to win the race.
Yeah.
And I really hope it bites him next week. And it would have stung hard. If he didn't get those 2 points, it would have been bad.
They're trying to paint it as a blunder. But that's just their cover.
Yeah, this whole year's been a cover. It's disgusting.
It's just a cover to protect what decision they made to protect Lando the best.
Yeah.
So at this point now, I look at Piastri. So I think I'll mention right now that Piastri posted a photo of himself not looking happy with his 2nd trophy on the podium. No comment. He had no comment, no context, no. Usually he spins it onto the next one. Yeah. You know, 100%. It was bad luck, whatever. He was a lot bitterer than I've seen him all year after that race. And I think this is a great mindset because he's literally telling the media that I can't speak out. I can't say what I really want to say. So here's a little crumble and make your own assumption because you're probably right.
Yeah, but it's too late.
It is too late.
The championship is out of his hands.
It is. It has been taken and by his own team. And I think, how can you not feel betrayed? And this is what worries me about Oscar. If Oscar doesn't react to this, there's two reasons why. One, it's because he's contractually, prevented from talking against the team.
They all will be.
Yeah. And he can't speak bad in the media. He'll get reprimanded. And we know there's all sorts of internal things that they could do to take you out of the fight if you're going to not play ball. So there's that. Or the second thing is, he's a dum-dum. And he actually literally believes that McLaren made a mistake, or, McLaren have all throughout the year not picked favourites.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then he's dumber than I thought. And I don't think he's dumb.
No. His reaction post-race, it wasn't like, I feel so bad for the team, we just stuffed that one up. That was the angriest I've seen him. He was not happy.
Seething.
Cool down room, barely said a word. Podium was like, do I have to be up here? Like, do I have to spray the champagne? Yeah, put it down. He picked it back up just to clink bottles, put it down. Everyone else was drinking. He was just he got out of there as quick as he could.
Yeah, I was gutted for him.
You would have watched the post-race stuff, no doubt. So you would have seen Lando's interview in the pen, which is a rare thing. I've seen it. His reaction was very defensive when they asked him about the fairness. I don't know why anyone would be thinking this. Like, he was defensive as hell.
Yeah.
And that's guilt.
Yeah.
He knows. He understands what's happened today.
Well, yeah, and like it's even rare. Like you've mentioned it before, how often he calls Oscar the other car or the car ahead.
Him and his engineer, they don't refer to him as Oscar.
But even in that media interview, he literally said it. The team cost Oscar a win and me probably a podium. And I thought, that's interesting. I don't know whether he's been told or whether it is a bit of guilt or whatever, but he's acknowledged the fact that that Oscar was well and truly royally screwed by the team.
Like the golden rule.
And he's benefited. It's so crazy to think that in this race, Oscar finished ahead of Lando, and Lando was off podium, and we're not celebrating it.
Yeah.
We're not seeing this as a win.
If he won the race, man, we're talking about we've flipped the script on the last 6 races. If he won this race and got this with Lando actually finishing fourth, a 9-point deficit, which is still a hell of a lot better than 16 points. Like, flip the script of the last 6 races, turn it on its head, because this is all or nothing going into it. But they've ran the race in such a way, he's closer than he was entering the round, but 16 points behind. Like, he needs a lot to go right.
Yeah. So I think we'll get into our predictions for next race at the end of the episode. So stick around to see what we think is going to happen next round. Before we get to the achievements, I do want to quickly mention as well, I don't think you saw it because we briefly spoke about it. Zach Brown made a point of going into the media pen and pulling Oscar Piastri aside mid-interview to just give him a hug. And then he left. And it was super bizarre. Nobody has ever seen that happen before. No. And it just seems so staged. It seems like he wanted everyone to know, I care about him and I'm sorry and here's a big hug and we've hurt you and, it was such a big front. And I just don't believe that anyone actually buys this dude's shit. He's so full of shit and he just keeps plying it on and dumb people keep buying it. But what I found most interesting is when he left the media pen, he had to walk back past McLaren hospitality and Mark Webber was parked there. Apparently Mark watched the whole thing go down and was just giving him a death stare. Just a cold, icy death stare. And we've said before, Mark isn't very vocal. He hasn't come out in the media. He's not a Jos Verstappen. Yeah. We don't really know what conversations are going on behind the scenes or how much Mark is standing up for Oscar or if he is being his manager effectively and being the person he needs to be for Oscar. As someone who has, felt a heartbreaking loss for a championship and now he's about to see his driver go through the same thing. I do hope that, he's standing up for Oscar and he's going to get some answers and we're going to go into Abu Dhabi and it's either no rules. There's no rules now. You've treated my driver so poorly and so terribly on so many occasions that we're not playing your game anymore. Yeah. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, we'll get into predictions later, so I won't spill the beans too early.
Okay. Let's get into the achievements for the Qatar Grand Prix.
Let's do it.
All right, the first achievement is the final boss achievement. Now, typically this achievement goes to usually it's the driver who wins the Grand Prix.
Best performing driver over the weekend for sure.
Yeah. So it's very rare not to give it to a driver who didn't actually win the Grand Prix, which is what I have done. Yeah.
Wow.
So I've awarded my final bus to Oscar Piastri, and I don't know how you couldn't.
It's very noble of you.
Well, it's the least I could do for the guy.
Yeah.
No one else has it back.
I've got him as well.
Oh, you do? Okay. Yep. Okay. Good.
How can you deny it?
Yeah. He just dominated the whole weekend. Literally from the get-go. He finished top of the charts in free practice.
Yep.
Got the sprint pole, got the sprint win, got the Grand Prix pole, and then looked like he was going to cruise on to a Grand Prix win only to have it rudely snatched away by his team. So clearly the most comfortable and dominant driver in Qatar. There's something about this track that this dude just loves.
It's that high grip, I guess.
Well, I mean, obviously we've spent the last 6 rounds
in pain,
and
agonising pain.
questioning what's going on. Is it him? Is it the car?
Yep.
We'll never really know. But it was very fascinating to look at his onboards and be like, wow, this looks like the car from the beginning of the season all of a sudden.
Now that Max is a threat again, and McLaren might not mind having a car in between Lando and Max, it's interesting that his car's back on song, just quietly.
It was just on rails. Like, he was smooth. He wasn't fighting the car every corner.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It literally looked like a completely different car from the last, 2 months or so.
Yeah.
So, again, whether that is his driving ability and the way it's applied to certain tracks, maybe. Whether something again has changed with the car, it is super suspicious that they get DQ'd, double DQ'd, and then all of a sudden, he's back in form.
That's what I think is interesting, right? I mean, Max is a threat. McLaren would not mind having a buffer.
Yeah.
Now the car's back on song.
Just tune the car back up a bit more.
Is that not interesting? Like, they did a little too good of a job, and Oscar's back to true form.
Even if it's not interesting, it's convenient.
Hella convenient. Too convenient.
Well,
because Lando's fucking nowhere.
If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck,
it ain't a frog.
Quack quack.
Yeah. Look, the best thing is we already had some people comment on some stuff mid-weekend that you'd sort of share.
Would you call these people fans or supporters or haters?
Lando knob jockey is probably the. So there was the one that you obviously weren't watching. Lando didn't get his second lap in. Cry me a river. Look what happened at Vegas for Oscar. Like, this shit happens, man.
Yeah, but it was his own fault, and his engineer even called him out.
What happened? I can't remember what happened in the sprint, but
in the sprint, he let Albon pass and get track position on him. Yeah, and his engineer even came on and went, "Mate, you let Albon pass."
And then he made his own mistake on his run, and then didn't leave enough time. What happened in quali?
So
I forget.
So he was setting up for his final run.
Yeah,
and then George was coming out of the pits at the same sort of time.
Yeah.
George was well out of the way. So there is no blame here on George. He's gone through the first corner, and then I think it was the second corner.
Yeah, it's the same sort of thing as what happened in the sprint. He just
he's missed his braking point, and then he had to get off the accelerator because he was going to go over the track and just get the lap deleted anyway.
Yeah.
Then there were, I've got it coming up later, but there were a little bit of rumblings between, a little bit of a blame game between George and Lando.
Oh, okay. So. Okay. Well, the thing is, those people are fucking idiots who are commenting because, like you said, that's his own fault. Like, he didn't get a second run in because he stuffed it up.
Yeah, he made a mistake.
Like, these are the people that are blind. That hurts me the most. Like, the Lando Norris fans have been blind all year, and then they've been coming out of the woodwork the last 2 months, and then a race like this happens, and it's like, Oscar's only got pole because Lando couldn't get a second lap in. It's like, because he made his own mistake. Look at Vegas. Oscar didn't get a second lap in because of a yellow flag situation. That's completely out of his control.
So what I'm hearing is you're a sensitive guy, and like if you're a Lando dick rider, please just go easy on my guy. Go easy on my guy. He's sensitive.
People need to take the cotton wool off of their eyes, is what they need to do.
No, I agree with you 100%. Yeah, it's I am thinking about doing a video at the end of the season of all of the things that have gone certain drivers' ways, like who has benefited the most and who has had things go against them.
Well, that was the thing I was thinking as well. Like, we talked about equal strategies and equals. We don't strategize against each other. Hungary, 7 points swing because they gave, or more, because Lando was in fact 4th or 5th. They strategized him for the win. So how can you say, oh, we don't alter strategies? No.
Yeah.
And then this race, we absolutely do not alter strategies, even when we've already spoken about it, but I'm very annoyed by it. They do not alter the strategy in this case when it absolutely would have given Oscar the keys.
Or again, like, I mean, you know, it has certainly been a long season, but we can always go back to Monza as well, where he was forced to swap.
Yeah, that's 3 points there.
At least one of the drivers was operating under the assumption that pit stop mistakes was regarded as racing. So
well, definitely. Like, hey, if you find some time over the next couple of months, I'll be here. We'll review.
All right.
Papaya rules.
Well done to Oscar for being our final boss of
It's been a while since he's been up there.
Yeah, it was nice to see him happy at the sprint and smiling again and finding a bit of joy in racing. And then, oh boy, did he not see this coming? This just came out of nowhere and just kicked him back onto his ass, didn't it?
Yep.
So, Noob of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you nominating?
Pierre Gasly.
Interesting.
Well, he caused a safety car that ruined the entire event.
So you're pinning the whole thing on him?
Well, yes. If that didn't happen, it doesn't happen.
Okay,
And like Holt said, I gave him all the room. What the hell?
Yeah, I agree.
On a track,
it was Gasly's fault.
Very interesting.
Did he even get penalised, or they call that a racing incident?
Who knows? Honestly, with Formula 1, I wouldn't be surprised if that's a racing incident somehow, even though he's five car widths off the apex and all the rest of it. But it's actually interesting. Again, you look at the track and you go, it's going to be a boring race, which it in fact was. But apparently there's been a safety car there every year.
Yeah.
Like you said yourself, safety cars, and you're right, safety cars do not happen in Formula 1 these days. This boring ass track with, you're doing a fair effort if you're hitting anything, has had a safety car every year. It's just stunning.
I don't understand what is required for a safety car and what's required for a VSC. You know, last week we had a VSC and there was half a dozen marshals running on track.
It all depends on where Oscar is on track and what would benefit and not benefit him is effectively what it comes down to. But that's rule number one in the rule book.
Yeah. But
does this benefit Oscar?
This incident, he's off track.
Yeah.
Like, they're probably going to have to get a tow truck out and they get a safety car. So there's personnel on the track again. So, but I'm like...
If it's debris, apparently, when there's debris scattered over a 500-meter radius, that's fine for a VSC. When there's one nice, neat, bundled car that you can just hook with a crane, that has to be a safety car. Yeah. That's too dangerous. Who's your noob?
Okay, so I...
Let me guess Yuki. Let me guess Stroll.
Stroll did deserve it, tell you what. No, I thought long and hard about this, and I didn't initially want to go down this route, but then I couldn't just ignore it. So I did.
I'm on edge.
I did give it to Lando Norris. Yep. So hear me out.
I'm listening. I'm all ears.
It's really not a hard sell, but this is why. He came into Qatar with the chance to leave as a world champion.
Easily.
Yeah. And where was he? He bungled both of his qualifying attempts.
It's the pressure.
Yeah. And then the race start, he loses position straight away to Verstappen.
Did he lose positions in both races off in turn one?
The sprint race happened too long ago and too late at night that I actually can't remember.
Yeah. Too late at night, too early in the morning.
Yeah. I think he did to the Mercedes.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah. So, again, this is just painting a picture that this is supposed to be the best driver of the year. Yet, how often is this going to keep happening? Yeah. He had a chance to leave. And I think there was a lot of people there that were... I mean, I saw Gordon Ramsay was like... He could not have said it more confidently. Lando will win the race and he will leave here as world champion. The new British world champion since Lewis Hamilton.
Disgusting.
Get ready for it next week.
Move on.
I think.
I'm done.
And then, he just bungles his whole everything. He does literally crumble under the pressure.
Yeah.
So...
And he just gets the free 2 points. That changes everything.
Yeah, that really has. Yeah, he's lucky that happened
all season. The last 2 races, how much Kimi has fought Oscar. That's like 6-7 points right there. If Oscar just gets through, doesn't happen. Fights him like a dog to the point he gets penalised. He
was holding off Norris pretty comfortably.
But then, of course, man, 2 laps to go, just bungles it, and you're like, where is this when Oscar can use some relief from somebody? He can't get relief from the FIA. He can't get relief from McLaren.
Yeah.
He can't get relief from a fucking rookie who's punching above his weight. As soon as Lando's behind him, makes a mistake.
He just forgets how to drive all of a sudden.
I mean, I love GP.
Yeah.
For his comments on that. But, yeah.
We'll get there. That's why I gave it to Lando. Yes, they were worst drivers there
Hey, no.
at Qatar.
This is fine. This is totally fine.
Okay.
I'm on board. I'm absolutely on board.
I'm already sold.
You've sold me.
I'm buying all the stock.
Yeah, exactly. If it's a high, I'll take it.
Yeah. All right. So buffed achievement is next.
Yeah.
Who have you gone for?
Well, so I feel bad for giving it to him because he's been on a damn roll, but we're talking about Sainz somewhere.
Yeah, I'll mention that I've got signs here as well, so we can just kind of riff-raff off it. So,
I feel like the buff should be week on week, but
I think I sort of see the buffed achievement as any kind of underdog, and and Williams are underdogs.
I mean, he was
He's
out of
an
nowhere. He
underdog.
qualified 7th. I don't know what happened. He was on the same strategy as 18 other cars, and he was up to 3rd. I mean, I don't actually understand how it happened, and it took a second go. At some point, I looked, and I'm like, yeah, wait, he's actually still there. And he's on pace. He's not under threat. First multiple pole getter for Williams since 2015, mind you, as well. And
What was it? Felipe
and Valtteri.
Yeah.
Like, they obviously had a pretty decent car that year. They both,
I always forget that
got
Valtteri
multiples.
was in Williams.
Yeah. And now he's only 9 points behind Albon. I mean, early in the year, how often were we like, Albon 7th in the championship, he's got 60 points for Williams, and where's Sainz? He's 19th, he's got 2 points. Like, Albon's really
When he got his
dragging that car along.
podium at his last podium, Baku, we said, isn't it funny that Albon's probably going to finish the season ahead of Sainz, but the season will be remembered for Sainz's podium.
Yeah.
But now Sainz has got 2 podiums.
Yeah, and this last half of the year, like, recency bias will benefit him because he has just been killing it, man. And he would have got 15 points. He's only 9 behind Albon. If he goes, I'd love it if he went and got a podium. That would just really fuck things up next week. But if he goes and gets a podium next week, like, he's a red hot shot after all the heartbreak and doubt in the first half of the year, for him to go and beat Albon in the championship would just be... Albon will go straight back to the corner where he belongs, where he's been for the last 6 years.
Yeah. He's been driving the hell out of that thing. It's been very impressive.
Yeah. And listen to his... Nah, we won't get to his radio, not yet.
No, okay. All right. I had him as well. 2-0 in the Carlos v. Hamilton podium battle.
That is very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Crazy to think that Ferrari dropped him for Hamilton, and everyone, I think, questioned, was that the right move? I mean, Ferrari had genuine momentum.
Yeah.
And they had a good driver pairing, and Carlos had won races with Ferrari.
Yeah.
And now they've gone to Lewis, who's looking more and more washed and more beaten. It's got shades of Daniel Ricciardo, just shattered internally.
Yeah. I saw a photo the other day of Hamilton with the number 1 board after a sprint win, and he was gleeing.
Yeah.
You're like, wow.
That was a long time ago.
Hamilton in a Ferrari suit with a smile is a strange thing to see.
Yeah. Is that in this timeline?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's interesting to see that he's gone to Williams and he's gotten comfortable with that car very quick.
Well, it took half a season, but he's definitely...
But in comparison to Hamilton, he still can't get his head around this Ferrari. And they're supposed to be the better team. They have more money. They have more resources.
That Ferrari looked like a dog.
Yeah.
It looked like a rotten
unbelievable.
dog.
And we'll never know, but I would love to know if he stayed in that Ferrari, would Ferrari have been more successful this season? Or is it a case of just a mixture of Hamilton not being able to get his head around how to drive this car, and then just typical Ferrari bad luck and blunders?
I mean, it might also be affecting progress, R&D. They probably didn't care what Sainz thought. We're going to do the car for Leclerc. You're going to do with it what you will. Maybe they're listening a bit too much to Hamilton, and he's not. They're developing the car in a bit of a way to also help him out, and it's affecting Charles. Like, you talk about momentum. These are the things that shift it. You keep Sainz in the car. They know he can drive whatever they give him. Charles is doing what he does. To get second in the constructors, nearly fight for the win in the constructors last year.
It's incredible, isn't it? I mean, my AFK is it does go to Ferrari, so I won't. I'll save it. We're getting too much into Ferrari. This should be about Carlos Sainz.
It should be. That's exactly correct.
He's just had a ripper of a season. I think he should be very proud, and they're going to take so much momentum into next season.
I mean, it's the whole thing. Like they said over the broadcast. Like, Williams have 2 good drivers, kind of one over the whole season because they've switched, with one being shit and one being good. But 2 mature drivers. It changes the team's trajectory just like that,
Yeah.
As opposed to having, who they had last year, Sargent and Colapinto in one car.
Dreadful.
Yeah. I mean, now you've got real progress for next year, like you said. Like, I'm sure the question is, would Sainz go back to Ferrari if they said, well, man, we stuffed up here? I don't reckon he does.
Wouldn't that be interesting if in a year's time they went, Carlos, we want you back?
Yeah. I mean, what would
there's a seat opening.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they'll probably give it to Bandman, but would he take that or would he stay loyal to Williams now? I mean, no team has ever been loyal to him. So then if he had a chance to be loyal to a team, does he do it?
And they, like James Vowles, from day one, glazed him. Loves him. Loves the bloke. I mean, what did Sainz get? Points in Australia. And they said, yeah, thanks to Sainz, who crashed. Like, this is great. Thanks for his input. This is really a credit to Sainz. And it's like, what do you mean? Like,
he's already in the shower.
He's done. He's actually halfway to Spain. But he gets credit for the points there. So they love him, and he seems very stoked. So.
Yeah. All right, we've got to keep moving on. So the next achievement is the Nerfed achievement. So I'll give you my one first this time. I've awarded it to Isaac Hadjar.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of low-hanging fruit here. We often just lean on Stroll and Alpine, but I'm just running out of things to talk about with them. There's only so many times you can pick those shitheads.
Very lost in that.
So I had a look at who had a pretty poor race, kind of with things outside of their control. Hulkenberg obviously was one.
But he was in the points.
He was in the points.
Same with Alpine. They could have used those points.
But Isaac was running 6 before he got his puncture.
Yeah.
And then ended up in P18. So he was on for a good haul of points. He looked racy there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a little bit sorry for the dude. 2 laps to go. That's all he had left. 2 laps, and he finishes 6th, and he has still one of his, kind of caps off what I'd say is a pretty successful rookie season.
Yeah. I mean, I think he shrugs it off, right? He's in his rookie year. He's
going to be in that
himself. I think he's kind of like, it's more of a shame for Alpine, I think. Like, the opportunity for them to score points is scarce as hell. And he's qualified in the top 10 2 races in a row, and he just hasn't been able to pull anything from it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was his own fault. So,
well, that's what I was going to say. The difference there was Gasly made the error that really took him out. Hadjar suffered a puncture.
Like you said, put him in the gravel. Was it the gravel? I mean, there's a lot of unseen things. Like, it was very strange to...
I am very impressed. I thought about giving my buffed award to the guy who puts together highlights for F1, because somehow he found 8.5 minutes of highlights in a race that had about 2 overtakes.
Yeah.
So bravo to them.
It was funny. Again, you can't hit anything on this track besides other cars, which is rare. You're watching the race, and then they just cut to a Fernando Alonso on board. Oh, what's this about? Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, spin. Spin, recovers, drives off. No dramas. Nothing happens. Okay, that was weird. Continue on. Very strange. My nerf just goes to strategy. We've already talked about it, but it was an absolute killer in this race.
To McLaren strategy, or you mean just strategy, like the 2 stop?
Enforcing 2 stops.
Yeah. And then it being nullified.
More so enforcing the lap restriction.
Yeah. It's literally like Monaco again, where they were like... Yeah. We're going to do this to try and create some drama, and then it made the racing somehow worse.
This is why they can't do it. Like, we've spoke to, next year, do they need to enforce 2 stops? It's like teams will find a way to do the most low risk option. And they'll end up just doing the same thing. I mean, look at what happened here. It's frustrating watching a race when and strategy in Formula 1 is like 2% of. Sorry, it's like 90% of the excitement, but it's so small. It's sort of a window to actually have a strategic option.
Yeah.
And then they go in and literally take it away. I mean, if that 2-stop wasn't in this race, no one takes that under safety car, almost. Maybe some take it and then run hard to the end.
Yeah.
But
that's a good point.
It actually would have been a more exciting strategical race if they didn't enforce this. And just bring a tyre. Just bring a tyre that comes to the track. I know they are no doubt still thinking about Indianapolis 06, whenever it was. No doubt they're still thinking about that and the tyre failures and everything that brought on. But do something else. Make a better tyre. Make a tyre that suits the track, or don't come here.
Yeah.
Or change the surface.
What about even if it was like you had to pit twice, but you had to use all 3 compounds?
Yeah. Do that. I mean, straight away, you're not doing 25 laps on the soft. So don't maybe do a max laps. You have max laps on one set, and then you can tweak on the others, even if you open up to 30. So you open up that window a little bit. I mean, the only strategy thing we saw was Oscar. Like, I want to pit like
And
5 laps
he
before
had
his
to
window.
beg the team to do that
Yeah.
too.
And it was a 5-lap window. Like, can I pit early, please? Like, and yeah, 4 or 5 laps before. That was the only strategic. We saw one car make a strategic call.
Yeah.
It was Oscar 4 or 5 laps before his window closed.
I was thinking earlier today, if when the safety car did occur and he didn't box, if he just pulled into the pits just to basically make the team service the
They
car.
would've.
But then I would have just sat there and be like,
Yeah.
I'm not moving this thing
Do a Sunny Hayes.
until it's got, like, legit. Yeah.
Yeah, good luck servicing Lando.
Yeah. Good luck getting the other boy here until
Yeah.
I've got a fresh set of boots. So,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
why not, right? I mean, he has to pit.
yeah.
I mean, I guess they just get the jolly dollies out and they lift him up and he could just go forward a bit. No,
That's true.
try again. No, I'm going to do a lap and come back.
Yeah.
We're going to play this game all night.
That whole bit, yeah.
You'll
Every
learn.
time they go to Jack, he just goes a little bit more forward. Yeah.
Come
Okay.
on, Oscar, next time.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta outthink them because
Yeah.
they're outthinking you right now.
Yeah. Oscar, I hope Oscar goes into Abu Dhabi with the mentality of how can I win Max this championship? What can I do?
Well, you could take out.
He
Lando.
can be the Ministry of Defense on Lando.
Yeah. If
And
he takes out Lando and Max goes through and wins, Max becomes world champion.
Yeah.
And he could I was legitimately thinking about this today. If he was to, because McLaren are big on no crashing, that's the worst thing he could do. How many times have McLaren done something that has, been detrimental to Oscar's race, but they've played it off as something else? I was like, why doesn't he play their game?
Yeah.
Why doesn't he manufacture an incident
exactly.
and be like, I lost traction. What do you
Yeah.
What
I
do
mean,
you
he
want me to do?
knows.
He's not like
He's
that.
not. No. No. But he knows he's not. He's got no chance next week.
He needs a little bit of Senna in him,
Yeah. I mean, even though he's not going to win the championship, surely he has to be like, I don't want to see this little fucker win this championship.
But that's the thing, right? Because I know that there are going to be people out there that will be like, why can't you be happy for your teammate? Like, he beat you or whatever. But I think he'll be feeling that, Lando hasn't earned that and he has been disadvantaged and taken out of the fight.
The fact that he's 16 points behind.
There is a
after
thing of
everything.
okay, now you expect me to celebrate his win?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, we're stepping all over the nerfed
Are we?
achievements. So AFK is the next category. I've awarded this to Ferrari, as I mentioned before.
Same.
So, there we go. Yeah, great minds. P8 and P12.
P12. Nice.
For Hamilton in the end there. Yep.
Nice.
Something, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
I mean,
qualify again?
There was 3 cars that DNF'd.
Yeah.
So, so he beat...
A couple of punctures along the way.
yeah.
So it's actually not that nice, is it?
No. Consecutive Q1 eliminations now for Lewis as well. Things are only getting darker. So it looks like it's pretty much done for him. I don't think he's going to get a podium or a win.
I stand by that he should have retired after 21.
Yeah.
Retired high. It would have been much better.
It doesn't
than
look
what
like he's
gone
enjoying
through.
himself out there.
No. I mean,
And
does he continue?
Well, it sounds like
that's the real...
I'm hearing rumors that he's asking for a new engineer team for next season. So it looks like he's going to clean house half of Ferrari. By the time he leaves, half their personnel are going to be gone too.
Well,
So-
one of his engineers already left, and they're over here now in the supercars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, right.
One of his engineers, so they're already on their way out.
Yeah, right.
They've already got the memos, and they're like, "Let me get out before I get sacked."
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's already moved here. Like he's already gone.
Wow. Yeah, so he's up. He's out of
here.
Maranello and straight into Sydney.
Yeah, he was at Adelaide this week.
Adelaide, there you go. Yep. Anything to add?
No, I mean, you pretty much hit it. Like, that car was dreadful. Like, I saw some footage of the onboard for Charles in the sprint, lap 1.
Yep.
Man, he was just
He was fighting that thing, wasn't he?
all over the place. Lost, I mean, he went off track, and then every time he tries to fight a car, like, what most cars you can see, you just gentle around the outside, and the car's just like, nah, see ya. Like, I don't know what they're doing. It's not good.
If they're putting all their eggs into the next year's basket, they better come out with one hell of a machine. Because if they have
Yeah.
another season like this, who's going to be buying Ferrari jerseys?
What I mean, like, seriously, with Lewis, like, does he come back? Like, how are you not, like, we can see he's drained, sick of the team already. Like, some of the things he said. What makes him come back? He's done everything he has to do. Dog died this year. Like, he's probably just like, what a bad year. I'll come here and my dog dies. That's how bad this is.
Yeah.
I need to get out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he calls it a day.
It's interesting as well because I think the only person that you can really compare him to right now on the grid is Alonso. They're in that same kind of age bracket. But it's interesting how different their experiences are as the old guard of F1.
Well, I guess Lewis is stupidly expecting success. Alonso is at this point happy to ride the wave. I know he's expecting or hoping for success next year, but he's happy riding the wave.
But
he's
Alonso,
happy putting on
Alonso
good
has
moves.
just demolished Lance year on year.
Yeah.
He's proven that at his age, he's still got the goods. He's still showing these kids what's up.
Yeah.
He still has a hunger to do it.
Yeah.
How often do we see him up there in 6th or 7th or...
I mean, they said, Aston Martin were expecting to drop back in the sprint because Alonso just outdrove that car in qualifying. It's like, man, that's good to hear. Again, like Hamilton,
It does
can't
get you,
do a damn thing in that Ferrari.
It does get you a little bit excited for next year
what can he do in a new mobile?
Yeah, yep. The no-scoped achievement. So, as we mentioned at the beginning of the episode, it's very slim pickings this race.
As you mentioned last week, danger putting this category in this season.
Hey, it could pay off one day, and when that day comes,
Next year,
probably next year.
Yeah.
When that day comes, we're going to celebrate. But I assume we're probably going to have the same one. Oscar's pass on Antonelli, lap 30.
No. That was a good pass, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
See,
right.
the race was that dull. I actually forgot that completely.
Well, the only reason I picked that, not for any Oscar Piastri bias, it just looked committed.
Yeah,
it looked intentional. He made it like we saw that Lando couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So it was a decent move.
You're right. You're bang on. I had the only one I could think of, which was Max turn 1 lap 1 on Lando.
Yeah, I guess technically that's a pass. Yeah.
Great move. But yeah, no, the Oscar one, you're 100% right. I mean, I was a bit scared. I was like, man, Kimi's pitting soon. But that's the only overtaking spot, and it's a 50-50 at best.
Yeah.
It's almost... the braking zone would be 60 meters, if that. And it wouldn't even be full brake. It'd be a bit of a half a brake just to get in.
Yeah.
And then it's a sweeping... I mean, how many times we see the outside was actually the better option? If you could get in there, the outside, you just sweep around the outside.
Just make sure you stay within track limits.
Yeah, like it's not... And this is the problem with this track. You can't overtake. Even with the DRS, even all these things, you cannot overtake. So that was a killer move, and it came out of nowhere. I was not expecting him to do it.
Yeah, well, it looked again like Piastri of earlier in the season, very committed and very intentional.
Yeah, so he's like, I'm not waiting around. Like, you're going to pit soon, but I know exactly when you're going to pit.
I've got a Red Bull to catch, and you're on my way.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so the 1v1 achievement. So the wheel spinner was kind enough to give us Mercedes. Yay! So yeah, where do you want to start?
Kimi outperforming George comfortably again. He outqualified him, I'm guessing. I don't remember exactly, but he definitely was ahead of him. And then straight away, qualifying gives you that treatment in the race. George had to double stack for a long time because for whatever reason, Mercedes didn't let Kimi go into the gap. They really cost themselves a fair bit of time. But yeah, Kimi taking it to George again.
He's got his number at the moment, doesn't he?
In a row. Yeah.
Yeah.
George is just nice, quietly taking it.
I think Toto was, no secret over the last couple of years, he was holding out for Max. Please, Max, come over to Mercedes. Come over to the dark side. Yeah. But I think he's found his Max in Kimi. And I think that Kimi is going to be to Verstappen what Verstappen was to Hamilton. I think this kid is going to be...
Yeah.
He's the
up-and-comer who in a couple of years will be taking it to Max. He's on his decline slightly.
Yeah, I do. Well, I think he's at his peak.
Who?
Right? Max.
Now?
Max is at his peak.
Or in a couple of years.
Now. And he's going to ride that. He's going to ride that peak for a while.
That's what I'm saying.
But at that point when he starts to
plateau a little. Yeah.
And Kimi's coming up, I think we're going to see some superb battles. Yeah. It's interesting to see they have a great little friendship. A lot of respect, even though Kimi has taken Max out once before.
Might cost them the championship.
But it is going to be interesting to see, is this going to span their careers?
Probably will. I mean, there's always this crossover of talent. And I think you're right. Like, there's a good crop of drivers this season. Your Lawsons won't be around. Your Bortolettos won't be he will be. Who's the other one? Colapinto. They'll be gone in a couple of years. Mm-hmm. The other three, like your Bortoletto, Behrman, Hadjar, and Antonelli, they are ripper. All four of them.
They look like sort of cemented next gen drivers, don't they?
But Antonelli, he's the best suited to go on with it immediately, effectively. But even the fact that kind of like Max, Max took 5 years in Red Bull before he won his first championship. but he got that chance to grow with Red Bull and get them to that position. Haas, Sauber, Racing Balls, not winning shit. Those drivers all need to move teams. I'm talking about these rookies.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
They all need to move teams to achieve success.
Yeah.
At least Antonelli, he's in Mercedes. He's with the team that he's most likely to be with in 5 years, where he's going to be in a position to.
Well, he's following exactly what Verstappen and what Hamilton did, right? So you think about that. Do you think if it takes 5 seasons for him to like piece everything together to then be an actual title contender? And I don't even think it will take that long. But let's just say 5 years. Yeah. That kid's only going to be like 23.
It's like scary.
Yeah.
I mean, it's exactly like Max came in 17, youngest in history. Antonelli probably only didn't beat him because they brought the rule in. You have to be 18.
So yeah, I think George should be very afraid. It'll be interesting to see how long his Mercedes future is. I mean, I don't think if at the beginning of the season, if you told me that Antonelli would outperform George on multiple occasions throughout the year, I don't think I would have believed you.
If he didn't have his mid-season lull that spanned like 8 races, he'd be taking it to him in the championship, I reckon.
Yeah.
I mean, I predicted mid-year, preseason, I predicted that George will have a banging year because he's got this rookie, but then he's going to slip back into that at least equal number 1, kind of a number 2 role.
Yeah.
Literally going from next year. That's what I predicted preseason. And I feel like that's bang on because Antonelli has taken it to him this year.
Well, you can bet that there's no such thing as papaya rules at Mercedes. Mercedes very much are a team who we got to clear number 1 and we got to clear number 2.
Well, even when it was Rosberg Hamilton, the thing is, whoever does the better job simply gets the better priority.
Yeah,
this is what McLaren are failing at. Yep. You can, at the end of the day, you can have 2 number 1s, you can have as much fairness as you want, but at the end of the day, only one driver can win, and the one driver can get the best of the best strategy-wise on the day. That should go to the driver who done the best job to be the lead car. This is what McLaren fail at, and this is what Mercedes were good at. Take the passion out of it, take the feelings out of it. I mean, Toto is George's manager. I mean, how awkward and ridiculous is that? But he wants the best for George, really. But at the end of the day, whoever's in front gets priority. George got stacked for 10 seconds.
Yeah. You can't. The more you do that, the more you're going to slip down, right?
You think if Yuki round 2,
and you just know him being parked there, sitting behind Antonelli, would have just been eating him up inside.
I mean, do you think even in a race like now, obviously no question, but 20 races ago, you think if Yuki somehow was ahead of Max in that position, they wouldn't just tell Yuki, you got to pull over.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry.
100%.
Yeah. Even if it's not in a position to affect the championship, they're just not going to stack Verstappen behind Yuki or any teammate under any circumstances.
Little side note as well, I just had to have a little chuckle at this, was Mercedes posted up a photo of George, and I can't remember what he was doing, some social media bullshit. Now, we know that modern F1, especially like with the TikTok, is very... it's very different to the F1 that we grew up with.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, they posted up something and they called George a diva. I just thought, man, this, like, how much has Formula One changed? Can you imagine, like, Ayrton Senna being called a diva? Can you imagine Alain Prost being called a diva?
Yeah.
No. Can you imagine Michael Schumacher being called a diva? I'm like, I know that we're in this, like, kind of woke era of Formula One, and we've got this young fan base, and there's a lot of girls that like this kind of stuff as well. But I just had to laugh. I was like, man, that is wild. They're posting up photos and calling him a diva.
I mean, I did just see, that is funny. I did just see today, actually, a throwback to Schumacher winning his 7th, I don't know, 06, I think. And apparently he threw the biggest party I've ever seen in the pit lane, and the photos, he's got a ripped shirt, he's ripped, you know, his shirt's open, there's booze everywhere, they're making a ruckus, and it's just like, you're not going to see that from any of these drivers.
No way.
And that's Schumacher, who you'd probably think is a bit more controlled,
polished,
than others of his era. But even him, he's lighting it up. That's you're not seeing that from any of these drivers, any of them.
How times have changed, huh?
Yeah. If George ever managed to get a championship, he's going home and sipping on some fine wine. That's all he's doing. There ain't no party. There ain't nothing special.
No.
Nothing memorable.
All right, on to the next category.
Yeah.
All right, proximity chat. So this is an achievement for the best radio or commentary call that we heard over the weekend.
Yep.
Again, this was a weekend that I actually didn't really hear
Is
too
lacking,
many
yeah.
zingers from anyone. So even that side of it, the entertainment, we couldn't really lean on too much.
Yeah.
Who did you have?
So I got Carlos Sainz again. I'll be honest with you, I couldn't really be bothered to go find the exact transcript. It's exactly what he said.
Oh no! How about this, the right-hand corner? Check, something fell off, I think.
But here's the way he speaks on the radio at the moment. You're like, this guy he's so chill. Like, I'm becoming a big fan.
He's having fun.
So he had the...
Are you talking about the puncture thing, or the thing where he thought he had to oversteer?
Twice, yeah. So there's the plastic. He's like, I cannot drive this thing. Like, the way he says it, I'm just like, this guy thinks he's in a telenovela. Like, he's so smooth. And then oh no, the car, it understeers turning right. Yeah. Like, the way he just says it, I was just like, man,
you're right. It was like a... Oh, I don't even know how... I don't think I can do it. It's like a... Oh no!
Yeah,
like
exactly.
There was actual emotion in it.
Exactly
like
right.
Literally...
It wasn't like anger, aggression. It was like, yeah, it was like he's in a like he's in a telenovela. Seriously, I loved it. I was like, this is so good. Like
I think everyone at that moment when they heard that call, was legitimately worried for him.
I was worried because Lando would get another frigging couple of points, right? I mean, that was my concern.
Yeah,
but yeah.
All right, mine went to GP to Verstappen.
Not sure what happened to Antonelli, Max. Looks like he just pulled over and let Norris through.
So I wanted to bring this one up just because of more so the little aftermath of it. So this was where he, for some reason, went onto the radio to tell Max that it looked like
Antonelli. What do you
Antonelli.
mean for some reason?
Well, I don't know why Max would need to know that information, especially as he's crossing the line, essentially.
Well, GP was...
I know he's in the championship fight, but isn't that something that you could talk
GP,
about
he
after?
sounded very emotional when he said it.
Like he legit sounded
angry.
like it was...
Yeah, I think he was venting. I think he wanted the world to know that it kind of looked like he let him go. I know the replays definitely didn't, but like when we saw it live with the cut of the camera, it definitely looked like he kind of just let him through.
Yeah. So that's why I kind of wanted to bring it up, because him telling Max this information is one thing. But I think the other thing that I found interesting was Toto sought him out after the race and
sorted him out.
Yeah, he wanted to square up with him.
Yeah.
And he called him brainless. He said the radio call was quite brainless. But you're right. You pretty much hit the nail on the head. When you go back and watch it live, he's sort of reacting to a late cut to it.
Yeah, and it looks like
he's just pulled over to the side of the track. Yeah,
and that's the coverage. Like what we see is what the pit wall sees.
So he's just reacting to the same thing that we all saw, and it looked suspect as hell.
Because they didn't show us the replay until
after
5-10 minutes after the race. They were like, "Oh, let's quickly just see this," and they showed it once. That was it. It was like, let everyone see that Kimi didn't just let him through.
Yeah, so I think that he was in the right to assume, because it looked bad, and then this is a driver that has put up. Well, this is a driver that's put up solid defense all year. And now, 2 laps to go or whatever it was, 1 lap to go, he crumbles and he lets Lando through. Yeah. So, I can understand why he was, a bit livid about it.
I'm sure Mercedes wouldn't mind seeing a Mercedes-powered car win the championship as well.
Well, yeah, I guess
that's another reason I'm sure GP wouldn't be surprised if Mercedes play games.
My question, though, is what does GP, whatever he says to Max over their team radio, what has that got to do with Toto? Like, I know that you're technically in a public domain. Everyone can hear it, or as long as they choose to show it. But
all the teams can hear it.
What does he have any right to tell GP what he can tell Max or say to Max about his driver? Yeah. I just think that's hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, look at all the games they all play on the radio. Like, they all know every other team can tune in and hear exactly what's being said on the radio. That's what I mean. GP coming over and telling Max at a time when Max is probably like, well, that sucks, but, okay. Well, there's nothing much I can really do about that. Yeah. I'm sure half the reason he broadcast it was to send a message to Mercedes, like, we know you're fucking around, if you thought they were.
Yeah, maybe that's all it is, just a strategical
everything. The
public
radio
service
is used
announcement
as a strategic weapon.
Next achievement is the Easter egg category.
Yeah.
Give me yours first.
Okay. So this was all over. I'm sure everyone knows this, but it's very it's interesting, I suppose. Vettel won the 2010 championship
15 years ago.
Yeah, from 15 points behind. So that's right in the gap. Verstappen's 14, Oscar 16.
So it's very much possible.
Very much possible. That was also the last time more than 2 cars went into the title decider in contention. It was 4 cars that weekend.
you remember all 4? We covered this not long ago, didn't we?
No, we covered the season. It was Vettel, obviously, Webber, Alonso, and I'm going to guess Button.
Vettel, Webber, Alonso, and Button. Not Raikkonen?
He who was not driving.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
If it was the other,
Button.
if it was the other Ferrari, it would have been Massa. It would have been McLaren.
Yeah, okay.
So classic McLaren.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it was the mathematical chance, not the realistic one. But then again, I think Vettel was too. He was third coming in. So Oscar in with a shot on third coming in.
Yeah, can history repeat itself, huh?
Maybe Lando. I mean, we know McLaren will do everything to cover off Oscar, but Lando, will also cover off Max. So he might sweep through yet.
All right, my Easter egg was Verstappen is the first driver to win the Qatar Grand Prix without leading the opening lap. So I think this is just maybe more showing 2 things. How the fuck did McLaren lose this race?
We know how. We diagnosed that.
Yeah, like, how do you let that happen? But
they did all the hard work. in qualifying.
Yeah.
Literally.
But I think it shows as well just the lack of racing that this track provides. If that is a genuine stat that is being tracked.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only problem with that stat, is it's 3 years, 4 years, something like that. Like that track's been around. So it's a short, small sample size in the hardest era to overtake and the most important, most emphasis on qualifying ever.
It doesn't make good watching when you've got a car that has, when you've got cars that don't have the ability to overtake each other on a track that doesn't provide any overtaking opportunities. It's a double whammy.
Yeah. I mean, straight away, right? So V8 Supercars run in Adelaide this weekend. David Coulthard was in Adelaide racing an old Red Bull, the 2011 car.
I did see that. Yeah. It was Coulthard's.
Huh?
Was it Coulthard's Red Bull?
He was driving it.
Yeah.
What do you mean it was Coulthard's? Like, does he own it?
No, sorry, because I was confused because I saw footage of Coulthard there. Yeah, he must have jumped on a flight because I saw him.
He did. He was there for Friday and then he left Friday night.
Right, okay, yep.
And he said to the guys, I'm off to Qatar now. I'm like, sorry.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, no, he was driving the Red Bull. Then they had another Red Bull, the same car, but it was in like an AlphaTauri livery. I don't know, it was weird. But like those cars, you can see, watching on TV, there's no other Formula cars around it, but you're looking at it, you go, man, it's so much smaller. Like, it is so much smaller.
And it screams
Sounds
like a
awesome.
bitch.
Yeah. Like, I just can't wait for next year's regs. When these cars... I love the big wheels. I love the cars, the way they look aggressive now, but they're clearly way too big. Like,
but
they need to
because I've seen the dimensions of this car to next year's car, and it is not a major shift down. It is only marginal.
Is, but it's not enough. I agree. Like, I've seen diagrams of, like, this car compared to, like, the 07 car, like, and we just recently sort of covered, and it's comical how big they are now. Like, it's insane. It's like, why are they this big? Why do they need to be this big? So they need to get smaller to improve racing. It's a joke at this point.
Oh, maybe they'll work it out in the future. Side quest, the final achievement or category. So my one, I decided to use this just to highlight the George versus Norris beef that occurred. So after Norris butchered his sprint qualifying, I don't know what exactly happened or how it occurred, but George confronted Norris in the media pen and basically, actually I got it saved here, basically said, you told the media the reason you messed up was because of me. And Norris responded with, who said that? And he said, someone said you're blaming me. So somewhere along the lines, through some media personnel, this has happened. Whether Lando said it or not, who knows? So Lando sort of doubles down and says, we're with media, mate. Don't listen to that bullshit. Can't believe that you would believe them over me. Pretty disappointing.
Get off his dick. Come on.
So, like, classic Lando and classic McLaren, really, gaslighting. That's what they're professionals in. But George bounced back and said, it sounded like something you would say, though. So nice. I thought that was great. And then he doubles down again and said, I was trying to give you a slipstream to help you win the championship. So he was even kind of trying to take a little bit of credit for helping Lando, become more champion.
That's just right, isn't it? Honestly. I mean, he gave him a spot in Las Vegas as well. Yeah. Like, put the white flag up. We know that.
Like, that almost, we called that out last week. Yeah. And that almost sort of cements that, he knew what he's doing.
Yeah. It's a Mercedes car helping another Mercedes car, and it's a Brit helping a Brit.
Yeah. And then Lando just turns on him here, and George just goes, "Well, fuck you then," and just airs out all the dirty laundry. So,
and he knows better than to talk like that around the media. So he knows what he's doing. He wants this out there. Otherwise, straight away, you don't talk in front of the media. They're dogs.
Yeah,
nice.
All right, that's it for the categories.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry.
I got my side quest. I tried hard for this. I had to go like
impress me.
I had to go 8 pages deep on Google to find something decent.
You better impress me then.
So this will just right all the wrongs. This is the title. Lando Norris could leave F1 if he wins the championship this year via Daily Express US.
US. How did they get that information?
I don't know. So I had a quick peruse. I saw the title. I'm like, yeah, I like it. I like it very much. Mm-hmm. It was actually Lando had a comment about he might not be here next year, talking about he could die.
Oh, okay. So he's getting all like emo and existential and stuff.
Exactly right. He's just like, you never know what we're doing tomorrow. I might not be here next year.
But they took that as like,
for this headline.
If he wins, he's going to retire.
Yeah, I said, I had to go pages deep, so they didn't land the plane. But reading that headline, I'm like, man, if you're telling me he could win this and fuck off, like, I might be on that train.
Yeah, I agree. The sport would be better without him.
Yeah. So. And everyone was like, well, it's not everyone. The media outlet was like, oh, it's brought up Rosberg. It's hard to win one. You win one, and then it's happened before, and they're very similar. They're really trying to sell it.
Really feels like his parents have bought this championship for him. So then it is like, maybe they don't have enough money to buy another one for him. So,
yeah, exactly.
So maybe he does fuck off. All right, so next week is the final. I always want to say grand final, but that doesn't really work for F1.
Yeah, it's the finale.
But, it's the finale of the season.
Yeah.
Not the 3 drivers in it. So don't get me wrong. Having more drivers in a title fight is always good, especially when it comes down to the last round. You just know that this is going to break records. You just know that people who are even half interested in F1, they're going to tune in because it's one of those things that people will want to be a part of and say, oh, I was there, I remember watching that, whether they care or not.
Depends who wins, in my opinion. I'll be telling people where I was if Oscar wins.
Yeah.
That's about it.
So on that note, I think we should predict what we think is going to happen next week, how it's going to go down, who's going to win.
Okay.
So, do you want me to go first or you want to go first?
I can go first. I don't know. It's hard because do you be realistic or do you be hopeful?
Take your pick.
I think...
Take your pick.
Yeah, okay.
There's no wrong answer here. We're not holding
I know,
it down
but I'm not going to admit, I'm not going to say the realistic option, okay? There's just no... Max will come out and win it.
Okay, so you're putting Max down for a win. Yeah.
Max will come out and win it, which is risky because they fucked up the sprint here, so and they lucked into the win at Qatar. But you just got to feel like that team, the stakes, they're going to nail it. Max will win it. Oscar will come second.
Okay.
With team orders to move over, and he won't.
No, because he won't
move over.
No, but
but I'm just saying
point buffer. They wouldn't have to ask him.
No, that's true. But I reckon they'll probably either way they'll sacrifice a more race. I reckon he comes second. Lando will probably come third. But I really want to hope that Mercedes has been quick at a couple of tracks this year. I'm hoping they can just get in the battle.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Oscar is a closer. He's proven this. He just needs to be in the fight. I mean, he's behind Max in the championship, so he does need to be ahead of him. He does need to try and win it, but. He's a closer. Lando's a fumbler. So all we can do is hope that he just qualifies fifth. Yeah. Right? Qualifies fifth. Oscar qualifies third. So he's out of the way. He's above him by more than a car. And you get either a Mercedes or a Carlos Sainz up in the mix, in the way. We need Oscar. Where do we need Lando? Fourth, if Max wins.
Is that, and then what, Max is world champion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He needs to finish.
All right. So, okay. Interesting. Okay. I think for me...
No, sorry, fifth. I think Lando... Let's finish fifth because he would have had to finish third before the 2 points. So now he can finish fourth. Yeah. So he has to finish fifth. This is why it's a tough one, right? He has to finish fifth. If he finishes fifth and Max wins, he's not champion.
Yeah, okay. All right, cool.
So you need quite a few cars up in the mix.
Okay. What I think happens is I actually think Oscar wins. I think he... ends the season on a high, the only way he knows how to, on track, doing things that he has control of. So
all he can do is
putting on pole and then getting the win. I think Lando probably finishes third. Max maybe does split the two McLarens.
Yeah.
And Lando still goes on to be world champion. Does just basically all that he needs to do.
The realistic option.
Because I think there's only one car that can put it to the McLarens, which is Max. I don't think there's another car that can split the McLarens
but
like
the Mercedes
Max.
have been quick
They have been, but
lately.
I don't know. I don't see Ferrari. We can't count on them getting in between anyone. We can
Forget about
only count on McLaren. Mercedes, and you have to have both of them.
Yeah.
Splitting, and we just haven't really seen that all season. So I don't see anyone else finishing on those podium other than those three. And basically,
I mean, he should have
Lando
finished 5th today.
He should have. He should have. He got lucky. He got extremely lucky, and it takes a little bit of pressure off him for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. He finished. He should have finished 5th in Qatar, pace wise. He could come 5th again in Abu Dhabi.
So I think the only way that someone other than Lando wins it, whether it's Max or Oscar, and at this point I don't care. I'd prefer just any of them to win it. The only way I see that happening is if Lando DNFs. I think that's more of a likelihood than him finishing off podium.
Yeah.
I think he would have to bin it, or he'd have to qualify so poorly that it buries him in the field that he just can't make his way back through to get the points that he needs. I don't see that being more likely than him binning it.
Yeah, you're right.
I think that is the only way that Max Verstappen or Oscar Piastri can be world champion is if he DNFs.
You're right, realistically. My hope for theatre purposes, I hope Lando's 5th, Oscar's 1st. Points meaning in that position Lando wins. And I hope then we get to see what does Oscar do. He's in control. If he wins the race, Lando wins. If he fights Max and Max gets past, Max wins. Like, I hope it gets to a point where Oscar is in control of Lando's championship. And what does he do? How hard does he fight? Or does he fight at all?
That would be interesting.
That for theatre alone.
We have to remember, though, and I don't know how detrimental this will be, but Oscar is also not in the car for FP1 in Abu Dhabi. He's got to hand it over to the up-and-comer.
That's stupid to do that in the last race.
Terrible. So
I don't think it'll matter too much.
Yeah.
But we saw Lando miss FP1.
It still feels somewhat like everything is there.
It's done
in play
the
for
last
Lando.
race.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they get
Why
to
not
choose.
Qatar, where he clearly loves that track, very confident and happy around it.
Yeah.
Although I guess F1 doesn't allow you to do it on Qatar. So, yeah. All right. That's it. So, yeah, big week coming up.
Huge.
It's
going to be a tough race to watch, knowing what happened in 21.
Yep.
Knowing things can happen with 4 laps to go. We talked about this exact thing.
We have to curb our expectations, though.
Oh,
that
that's
doesn't
the thing.
happen all the time,
Exactly.
and it probably will never happen again.
We talked about that. That happening is kind of like, it's what you always hope to happen. You always watch a Grand Prix like something can still happen, knowing it won't, doesn't 99.8% of the time.
Yeah.
But it has before.
Yeah.
To Max's benefit. So
I'm not going to be able to sleep all week.
I'm really hoping they bring Michael Massey back.
Anyone who's in Australia, it's a midnight race, so it's not terrible.
I might be up all night.
Yeah.
If Oscar wins. If Lando wins, I'm going to bed as soon as he crosses the line.
I'm calling in sick
I'm not
to
watching
work the next day.
Yeah, if Oscar wins.
Yeah.
If Lando wins, I will not watch post. Do not ask me a single question about
you switch it off and then
events.
just yeah.
I do not want to see that clown celebrating.
Yeah, just be prepared. All right, just be prepared.
I'm not watching.
Prepared for the worst. So, all right, if you've made it this far, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. We appreciate it. Timmy will send you a cheeky DM if you do so.
Yeah, open
That's
at
your
your
thing,
own,
isn't it?
Yeah, open at your own discretion.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in Abu Dhabi.
All right, see you there.
GG's.
Goodbye.